And we should be live. How is everybody doing this fine Wednesday evening in September? Up here, it feels like summer. Let me know how I'm sounding, if I'm in sync. How do I look today? Not necessarily cosmetically, but when it comes to latency. All right. Pretty crazy times over here. I can't seem to just live with one setup and stream consistently with it. I keep changing things up, as you guys might be able to see. So before we go crazy, let's real quick jump into some changes. Number one, last time I got the G7 set up. Working well. The HDMI sucks on it and it keeps trying to pop out and the connection gets weird. But for the most part, it's stable. This episode, a couple things are different. I have sound effects now. Should have been able to hear that. And we can have some fun with that if we want to. I got my soundboard set up a little more so I can do this. Check, 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 check. Oh, wrong button, wrong button. This one right here. Check 1 2, check 1 2. I can add some effects to my voice. Silly things seemingly, but I'm hoping to really up the production quality of this show. Behind me, I have a new backdrop. It's actually a pop-up backdrop or background. So it's kind of like a 5:1 reflector. It pops up. It's a 5:7 gray and just two different colors. So that's behind me. It's literally right behind me. I can touch it right there. And then a light above that, giving me a little bit of a rim hair light and lighting the background. And we'll see if the battery lasts through this whole thing. All right, so today I thought it'd be fun to go through my YouTube subscription list and just compare notes. I would love to hear who you guys think I should be following that I'm not, and maybe you guys will pick up some interesting channels to check out yourselves. I will say out of the gate that I don't follow necessarily everyone that I should. There's way more people I should be subscribed to, so let me know who you think by the end of this I should be adding, to the channel list. So here we go. We're gonna hop over to Chrome and start drilling down. You'll start to see a theme of a couple different things I'm interested in. I'm just gonna go straight down the list. So first up, we've got 9 to 5 Mac. Great resource if you're into anything Apple. They have lots of good video tips as well. So if you're into Final Cut, lots of good stuff there, so definitely worth a follow. Great production quality. And next up is Andiax, I think is how you would say that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. This guy has been making videos for a long time. Let's go down to some of his popular ones. Here's a couple that you may have seen all over YouTube. He does a bunch of lighting. Let me see if I get my sound squared away here. Lots of lighting videos. So he's doing a before and after. Really good stuff. Great production quality. He has a nice little team. Does a lot of gear reviews as well. So that's a great channel to check out if you're into video production. Next is Armando. And this guy does tech reviews, lots of tech reviews, but he's also really into video. I met him at NAB, great guy, and he's a big Canon fan and does a lot of great content. He also has reviewed the GH5 and stuff like that, so he doesn't just do phones and whatnot like a lot of other tech guys. Next up, we have Ash Taylor, and this guy is considering just a master. He also does tech reviews. I met him at NAB as well, and he's wildly talented. Just watch any one of his videos and you'll start to see just how skilled this guy is. He does do a lot of tech reviews. I mean, check out that lighting. That looks great. I love his B-roll.
But to do so with portability in mind, and if this is you, then the XPS 15
beautiful.
is a fantastic.
His color is also incredible. He uses gels, he told me. Just really nice, warm, cool tones.
As soon as you open up, you're presented with a laptop that's not only incredible,
really good stuff. So I like him a lot. Even if you're not into necessarily tech, phones, computers, laptops, things like that, or speakers, it's just worth watching to see what he does creatively. Right, next down the list, Austin Evans. I really enjoy all these tech guys, also PC building, computer related stuff, and Austin is a good all-arounder. He does, as you can see here, he'll talk about older tech, newer tech, camera gear, just a nice guy, and also a lot of gaming stuff. So he's a lot of fun. Authentic. I met Ben back before he started this channel. So he's kind of a friend from back in the day, if you will. We didn't get work too much together, but he was a real estate filmmaker or videographer and moved to California. Eventually ended up just doing this YouTube channel. So he does a lot of tech reviews. Oops. And he's got some good stuff there. Basic Filmmaker, another channel. Lots of good information here. Gear reviews and tutorials and whatnot. So I keep an eye on that fella. Bill Wirtz. Whoa. Okay. iTunes is wigging out. Oh, apparently my phone finished charging. Sorry about that, guys. And kill that. All right. Bill Wirtz. This guy, let's keep going down here. Brandon Lee. This guy I really respect guys who travel a ton in film. That's so difficult to me. I'm more of a homebody, but guys that are just all over the world doing great films. This guy is one of those guys. He's been really getting into gimbals. So if you're looking into gimbal information, he's your man, and he's one of those people who won't just pull it out of a box and tell you how it works. He'll actually say, yeah, I've used this in the field, and it's good to go. All right, Caleb. I always have to double check his name. Wojcik. That's how I believe that's pronounced. Caleb is another production guy who is on YouTube and has the same name. I'm gonna get into some kind of longer form stuff. Caleb's great to follow. Camera and Flask is a show that I'm going to be on. It's going to be a live stream, and we've done a couple episodes, but we need to. A lot of us are kind of in a flux right now, so that show is going to be coming out at some point. It's going to be myself, Jem Schofield from the C47, and Ben Barden. And all great guys. They are way more talented than me, and both of them are in the middle of moving / building houses, so they're a little busy. But at some point, we're going to get that show fired up, and it's going to be fun. My wife, right here, she's actually been making some videos. She hasn't done any in a little while, but lots of DIY stuff, and she's really good. She picked it up out of nowhere too. She had been shooting photos on a Canon 6D and decided she wanted to try some video. I threw a mic her way, gave her a couple pointers. She started editing on her own and everything. So she's a animal in the best possible way. Chase Jarvis, don't really need much of an introduction here. He's gotten more philosophical, if you will, of late. So less gear, more mindset and whatnot. Retro Weld, yes, she does do DIY. Yeah, so Chase is great. There's also a lot of DIYers, makers in here that I follow. Four Eyes. This guy, Chris, makes some really, really beautiful stuff, and I like his videos. They're very thought-provoking. He also kind of is more of a philosopher in his videos. He also does a good job with his filming. I'll just turn it off for a second.
And I'll tell you exactly what this thing is in a minute.
Yeah, so he's got
music for these videos isn't available.
He's got some great stuff. Looks great. Chris Stuckman gets Stuckmanized. This is my favorite YouTube movie reviewer. So if I want to see if a video is worth checking out, or I've just finished watching a movie with my wife, we'll hop over and see what Chris thinks about it. Always good stuff. Really, really good stuff. So I enjoy him a lot. Cinema 5D, a lot of you guys probably remember them. And they were amongst the kind of fellow Canon DSLR video people from way back when I got started. There weren't a lot of people out there. They've been there from the beginning. Lots of show coverage, lots of gear, good stuff there. Cinematography Database with Matt. Really great channel. If you know, my stuff has kind of been more YouTube-ish, studio lighting, gear stuff. He covers not only gear but a lot on cinematography, as the name would suggest. So he's definitely worth a sub. Really, really good stuff. Okay, moving along. Colin Furs. This guy builds jet-powered tuk-tuks, as you can see here. I just love watching this guy, seeing what he comes up with. So if you're into DIY maker cosplay, he's a great follow. Corbin Tyson, a lot of you know him from the corporate video guide that I did with him. He has been in production forever and has a lot of good stuff. He also has a YouTube channel that he's been working on, and so good friend Corbin, good stuff. Curtis Judd, this is the one and only guy I'll go to if I have an audio question. Not the only guy, but he's really knows his stuff. He also does a lot of, as you can see here, other gear reviews, but he just knows more than I'll ever be able to, you know, consume when it comes to information on audio. So met him in person, great guy, crazy tall. Speaking of crazy tall people, Dave Dugdale, he got started around the same time I did, and he's kind of slowed down on videos, but really great guy, has a ton of camera guides, and really knows his stuff as well. He's one of those people that if he doesn't know anything about it, he can become almost a pro at figuring it out very quickly. So he's a good guy. He's got a second channel. David Lee is another tech fellow, and I love his videos. Look how clean these are. The lighting on these. I'd love to check out his space that he films in.
People are replacing their...
The way he uses, this looks like a Sony camera, but I could be wrong. But the way he grades and lights things is just so clean, and so I think that looks pretty great. So yeah, he's got some good stuff. Daryl Eves, if you're a YouTuber really trying to make it, you've probably heard of him and subscribed to him. This is the guy who knows probably the most that will tell us anything about the YouTube algorithm, things to keep in mind. He really knows his stuff, and a lot of the stuff that he's talked about have massively helped me with my channel. So if you are trying to make it on YouTube, he has some great stuff. Watch his longer seminars, like here, you know, the hour and a half stuff. You'll pick up so much good information of stuff you can immediately start doing with your channel. So really good stuff. Daryl Eves. DIY Perks. This guy does a lot of DIYs. He has done a lot of DIY stuff with lighting and video equipment. So that's one of the reasons I follow him, but he just makes some great stuff, and it's amazing what he can build and make it look really simple. So if you want to build your own bi-color flex light, he's the guy to check out. Dom is another tech reviewer, also talks about camera gear and editing setups. As you can see here, he talks a lot about hacking. Definitely someone you should subscribe. If you subscribe to my channel, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys probably already subbed to his. So, and he also is more actually making films, short films. So if you want to get into the more drama, actual narrative stuff, then he is a great person to sub to. Epos Vox, I just did a collaboration with him actually. He's another video efficiency. So if you want to check that out, I mean, there's me, Lon Sibon's in here, and another guy who's in my subscription list. Let me know if you want me guys to slow down. I'm going to try to pile through. I think I have 140 of these to do. I might skim over a couple. But yeah. Eric Naso, he should have more subscribers. He's a broadcast guy, but he puts cameras through the works. He now works with News Shooter. Ethan and Ela, they are a hilarious couple. They have a couple channels, H3 Productions, Ethan and Ela, and they have a podcast now. But they're great if you want to kind of keep a thumb on the pulse of the YouTube community, stuff like the whole adpocalypse. They're on top of all that stuff. Fenchel and Janished, there's a lot of these names I've only ever read, and now I have to actually like read them out. All right, I'll speed up. Cool. Great stuff. Really clean videos for reviews. Definitely worth a follow there. And Film Riot, probably one of the biggest channels in this space that we are in. Lots of great information, really funny stuff too, so I really enjoy that. Fuglet, PUBG, if you play that game, he's your man. Geekster Owl. This is someone I recently subscribed to. Yeah, because he is going to be doing some benchmarking with the new Vega graphics cards from AMD, which is those graphics cards are going to be in the next iMac Pro. So if you are going to do a Hackintosh, you should check that guy out because he's going to kind of give you some information. Great Scott, nerdy electronic stuff, which I enjoy to keep tabs on and have messed around with in the past. Greg's Garage, this guy does some welding and maker related stuff. I actually did some welding and I have a welder, so I was checking out his channel, and I built some furniture in our home. Griffin Hammond, if you're into the Panasonic world at all, you know this guy. And Sriracha documentary, good stuff, really on top, which is a complex one and a dangerous one. H3H3 Productions, we talked about them. Hardware Canucks, this is a Canadian DIY maker channel. I like to make stuff. This is probably in the top 3 of my favorite channels. Bob Claggett over there, he is a maker as well. And I just really enjoy his channel, his personality, and he's got a nice mix of building stuff, woodworking, electronics. Really smart guy. I like him a lot. Indie Mogul, coming back alive. DIY channel. This guy does some good camera work as well. You need to Google this right here. Or actually, I can just drop that in the comments so you can watch that later. It's good stuff. It'll have you laughing pretty good. He doesn't really make any videos anymore, or at least they're really far and in between. Jared Bush, tech stuff, good stuff. Jay's 2 cents, my favorite like PC builder guy. So he's helped me a lot with his videos. I really like that, and he's into camera stuff a little bit as well. Jeff Ello, trying to remember. Okay, so yeah, so this guy, microphone stuff, some DIY mod. And Jimmy DeResta, this is a really awesome channel for a guy who just makes anything and everything, like a golden AK-47 guitar, stuff like that. Lots of weapons as well. It's pretty cool. Jim's Review Room, if you're looking for speakers, he's your man. Sweet setup. So definitely worth a follow. He's a big Apple guy, so if you want lots of information about Final Cut, optimization, hardware performance, he's your guy, and it all looks great. Jonathan Keys, this guy also does some video reviews, and I love how his format of just taking a camera and going on a little, this guy, his channel is kind of whatever he wants, which is awesome, and it's a little bit of everything. He's definitely a video guy, so he covers video stuff, and he's also getting into gaming, I think, but we'll have to wait and see. Kyle Toth, epic wood turner, just if you want to be mesmerized by what people can do with, really funny, and I wish I could just copy and paste his business method. I love that he has a big team of people, and you know, really takes care of his employees, and it's just kind of he also is really, if you want to learn about what I'm doing right now, live streaming, how to get the camera into your computer, he reviews and goes through a ton of great gear on that subject. Lucas Paft, lots of JTZ gear. Gear reviews. He's been around for a long time. Make Something is another great channel on in the maker community. Woodworking. David Vecchiuto, awesome stuff. They have a super dank podcast that's worth checking out. How we doing on the stream? Are we cool? Looks like things are staying together. I'm just checking in. Let's make sure everyone's still alive. We're all good. Awesome. And again, for those who are tuning in, there's tons of people I should be following and subscribed to that I'm not. So don't take this as these people are the best, everyone else sucks, because that's just not true. There's tons of people I should. It's just, you know, over time you forget to actually hit the subscribe button. They make stuff, great stuff. Marcus Brownlee, one of the bigger tech YouTubers out there, and he's really into video. He's also a big Red fan. Good stuff there. And then let's see, some of these guys I really enjoy watching. Matthew Stern. So this guy finds the craziest lenses, talks about affordable budget lenses, and talks about that stuff. It's really, really good. If you're interested in vintage lenses, he's definitely someone you should be checking out. Right. Similar to him, Matthias Berling. I love this guy's channel. He's also kind of at the top of the pile. This guy, often he'll find some slightly older cameras that we've kind of forgotten about that are worth checking out. So he'll, as an example, he bought a Red 1 and talked about how you could get a whole Red 1 system for $3 to $4 grand and what to expect with that. Stuff like that. I really, really like his channel. Are we buffering? We struggling, folks? Ooh. We definitely seem to be having some issues here. Video resolution. Just looking up here, making sure everything is okay. Don't know why my stream is taking a tank. Maybe someone's downloading something. Okay, looks like some people are good. Good now. Okay, awesome. All right. Going back here. Max Yuriev, another great reviewer. He does a lot of Hackintosh builds, PC builds. So if you're thinking about a new computer, check out his channel. He also does a ton of camera reviews and lens reviews. I'm going to try to skip some of the non-camera people, unless you guys object, just to make it through all this, and then maybe you can get to some questions. Mr. Cheesy Cam. A lot of you know about this guy. He is a beast and covers a lot of gear. I don't know how he gets through all the stuff he gets through. News Shooter, my favorite gear, film, documentary, camera news site. Their website is awesome. They also have a YouTube channel here. Lots of event coverage, so I definitely follow them and keep tabs on them. Yes, Nerd Writer is incredible. Probably the best writing on YouTube when it comes to making videos. Great stuff. Nice Lady Productions. She should have way more subscribers. This lady, who's very nice, only has 8,000 subscribers. So I'm going to drop this in the comment section down here. She has a lot of really well done reviews. She puts gear through the works, and I really enjoy her videos. Really good stuff. Just really chill. Hey, let's figure out if this camera's worth it for you. Nigel, it's getting to be that time of day. Lots of budget camera stuff, budget audio stuff. So he'll talk about making older cameras work, and really like his channel. I recently subscribed to him. He could use some more subscribers too. Nitson, is he still making videos? I should have gone through this list earlier. Yeah, he's still making videos. So this guy does a lot of budget gear. So if you're looking to save many bucks, he's your man. PC building, Peter McKinnon. This guy, holy smokes, so awesome. He's just blown up out of nowhere. I would say 6 months ago, he was 100,000 or 200,000, maybe a little longer ago than that, right? But he's like wildly huge now. So lots of equipment, photography, video, vlogging, a little bit of everything there. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like his stuff a lot. Peter Paul Chateau, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so this guy, lots of Hackintosh news and information. So if you're in the Hackintosh thing, definitely check out his channel. PewDiePie and Photo Gear News. This is where Locke is hanging out. News, gear reviews, good stuff. Podcastage, if you're looking for a microphone for your videos, voiceover, live stream, this man has probably almost come close to touching every single microphone that Amazon sells, from like $5 microphones all the way up to nice high-end stuff. So that is definitely someone to check out. Ray Ortega, he's a podcaster, YouTuber, vlogger. Really good audio stuff. If you're kind of scared by audio, he's a great person to check out. Also, just tons of camera information. So I like Ray a lot. Retro Weld, he I think was in the chat earlier, and he rocks some welding. So I've taken a lot of tips from him with my pathetic $100 welder. So yeah, good stuff there. Rocket Jump Film School, these guys have a ton of great content on filmmaking in every single aspect. So really good stuff here. If you're trying to make a short film, a big film, a long film, there's someone to definitely check out. Okay, Snazzy Labs, I'm going to mention him because he's a big Apple guy. Lots of Hackintoshes, lots of Final Cut information when it comes to specs and how that translates, what you should pick up for editing. Really enjoy his channel. He should have, I would say, at least 500,000 or 1 million, but I don't know why. Some of those people you just like, why aren't you super duper famous? Your videos are great. Strons. Let's see what this guy's up to. I haven't been over here in a while. Yeah, so he's a smaller YouTube channel. Lots of good information here as well. Reviews, thoughts on video gear. And Tested, I'm mentioning them. They cover tons of stuff. This is Adam Savage's channel. But they have a guy, their video guy over there, does a lot of content. So they did a video recently on their hard drive post-production workflow. Really interesting and very good stuff. The C47, my good friend Jem Schofield. Yeah, he's got some great information. He used to do a video a day for several years on gear. So he is really got a lot of great stuff. He's in the middle of moving, so he's going to be coming back with the force of 1,000 waterfalls. So definitely check his channel out. Really good friend of mine. Really great guy. Think Media, great channel, video production, editing. He also does a lot on YouTube related stuff. Oh, Dave Ramsey. Yeah, you guys are like calling out all these people I'm missing. Yeah, Dave Ramsey, really good stuff. Really helped my wife and I with like getting our heads around finances. It's amazing how just some of that slips through the cracks. So he's got some great content. Also, 8-bit, the 8-bit guy. This guy's hilarious. He has a lot of really fun vintage stuff. This guy edits. There's not a lot of people talking about editing in a storytelling way on YouTube. So this guy, lots and lots of killer content. So if you do any editing or don't do editing even, he's a great person to subscribe to. He's one of those people that deserves way more subs as well. So bam, check out This Guy Edits. Tito Ferdens. This guy is the one-stop shop for information on anamorphic lenses. So yeah, if you need to learn anything or want to know anything about lenses, anamorphic lenses that is, he is a great person to check out. Tom Antos, he's been making videos for a long time. Lots of gear reviews, lighting, lots of fun stuff. So he's a person to definitely check out as well. Thomas, this guy is a smaller channel, I believe, and he has a lot of good stuff. This guy's first with everything. So he was the first person that I know of to have the Lightstorm Mini 20D review, which I will be covering shortly. Also, small HD's focus monitor. So I'll throw his name out there, his link out there. Really solid reviews, and you know, there should be more subscribers there, I think. Video creators, great YouTube content for helping other YouTubers make it on YouTube. Vintage lenses for video. I'm going to see if he's been busy with videos. Uploads 3 months ago. Okay. He does a lot of content on vintage lenses. So I don't know how he's affording all of these different lenses, but some good stuff there. And Wolf Crow. This guy is, we got a lot of videos here, right? Yeah. So he's very analytical and I would kind of put him up there with like EOS HD type content. So if you want to dive deep into the world of a camera or specs or something like that, he's your man. He also does reviews and whatnot. So that is we covered at least all the video production related people here. There's lots of other channels that I follow. I'm actually going to now look at the comments, make sure I'm not missing anything. Shocked you so much. Yeah, so yep, DSLR guy that was in there. I feel like my microphone is peaking. Yeah, so are there other people you guys would recommend that have seen the list? And it's funny how like you don't always, you'll watch people's videos for a while and realize you're not subscribed to them. So again, don't take this list as the end all. And if someone's not on this list, it's not that I don't like them, it's just I haven't subscribed yet. Yeah, so let's jump into some questions. How you guys doing? And are there any questions I can hit? Cinematography learning, definitely Matt Workman over at Cinematography Database. Travel Feels, that's a channel I've seen many times and I should be subscribed to. The Film Look, I've seen them as well. And of course, Bart, I don't know why, I thought I was subscribed to your channel because we've met several times at NAB. So I'll get on that. Fronos, Photo, he is a good person to check out as well. I think I am unsubscribed just because there's only so much I can consume, and I think he's mostly a photo person. But I could be wrong. Chris Winter, I'll definitely check that out. Matthias Wendell, cool. Yeah, Travel Feels, let's check them out. Oop, what am I doing? Hop over there real quick. Yeah, I've seen several of his reviews, and he's got some great information. Beautiful stuff too. So you can tell he has a lot of fun with his grades. Okay, how come more tutorials aren't looking at macro video shooting? It's a good question. I have some stuff in the works. Got some really fun video lens stuff coming up, so I found a lot of stuff crazy affordable and a lot of fun, really interesting lenses. So we're gonna get into some anamorphic stuff, fake anamorphic stuff, and yeah, I'm excited. There's so many lenses out there that aren't a Canon, Panasonic, or Sony lens, so I've got a lot of that coming because there's a lot of fun stuff there. Just checking to make sure my background light is still on. Okay, Unbox Therapy, yes, good stuff, good stuff. Barnacles, yep, good stuff, absolutely. All right, any questions before we wrap things up today? And also any things you guys would like to see in future live streams. I'm going to try to clean up the studio and do a studio tour live. I think that would be a lot of fun. The Camera Store, awesome channel, really, really good stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I want to do a tour and show you. It's always changing here in the studio, but I've got some stuff. Things are really coming together, so I'm able to bang through videos at a much faster rate than I was previously. And then also maybe a video on this desk setup, because it's amazing how much easier it is, and I can make videos from here, recording from the G7 over to my computer. All right, 4-Minute Film School, awesome channel, definitely check that out. Nate's Film, so Panasonic question mark. Is there what Panasonic lenses I would recommend? Right now I'm looking for a wide angle, which is kind of difficult. There's really only 3 lenses that I can think of that would be good. Why don't I change my name to Mirrorless Video Shooter? I can't tell you how many times I've thought about changing the name. The reason I haven't is twofold. One, I've put so much time and effort into this brand that is DSLR Video Shooter. I'm hoping it kind of gets a vintage edge eventually, and it doesn't turn into sdrules.com or something like that, and it doesn't age terribly. But DSLR Video Shooter, it's what I've been saying. I don't know if I could even change the way I say it when I start my videos. Also, there's a lot of guys out there that are still hanging on to the name, again, because it's branding. You know, to change it from the beginning or to start all over again would just be a huge pain. So I'm just going to hang with it. And hopefully I don't turn into that old guy who still talking about them DSLRs. All right. What kind of encoder am I using? I'm using the what's it? Lon reviewed it. Lon TV. There we go. It is, shoot, why can't I remember? It's right over there, but it's like out of reach and blocked. It's like a $400 4K HDMI to USB 3, and I only went with the 4K because I want to record my camera directly to my machine, not just live stream. But if you're looking for some way to capture or compress or both, then Lon Simon's channel, which I am sending, is definitely a great one to check out. We got a donation!
Damn, son, you just hit with the wow effect.
Excited for 300D? Any great lights you'd recommend? Thank you for your $2 donation. Noir. Not terribly excited for new Canon cameras these days, but yeah, I'd have to look into it more. I really wish Canon would just catch up when it comes to 4K. And just a couple things. They don't need to do much. They're already such a big leader. When it comes to lights I'd recommend, I'm really enjoying the light that's actually lighting me right now, and that is a Falconize LED matte. I've done a review on them. I'm actually going to get the big one. They have a new one that's huge, even larger than the two I talked about. And color's good, easy to use, super lightweight. You can tape them to the ceiling if you needed to. Really like them. But yeah, I've got a lot of lighting videos coming up. It's going to be redonkulous. Okay, hopping back down here. You guys enjoy that donation sound effects? I've got all kinds of stuff on this. I'm using, actually, let me show you my second camera since I'm not using my webcam anymore. So this is the app I'm using on my phone. It's a free app. And then I've got it running over to the soundboard so I can control the volume. And that works pretty well. There's a lot of them out there. This one is the least addy. And what I like about it is I can tap them over and over to kind of create special sounds, like air horn one time, multiple times. Good stuff. So I'll demo all of this, what's going on over here at some point. But yeah, I've been enjoying messing around with that. Okay. Right. Questions. Yeah. I think Canon cares about video. It's just they want you to pay for it with their cinema series. But yeah, they still make some great stuff if you don't need 4K. So there's that. Can I make a video on profile pictures? Yes. Each camera or manufacturer is very, very different. So far I've been more enjoying Panasonic. I feel like I can really push that stuff in post more than Sony, especially the GH5. That's been pretty sweet. Clean camera swap. Thank you, Travis. Okay. Mackie soundboard. Yes, this is a Pro FX8. So I can, if I wanted to do, I don't know, something like this. And you can switch between the various effects. And then you can obviously adjust the mix with that. I got it because I feel it's stupid, and what's funny is these soundboards are just like cameras. You get one that has 3 of the 5 things you need, but no 2 boards or no board out there has them all. So it's really annoying because there's certain things I wanted this board had that others didn't. It's such a mess. But anyway, this one has plenty of inputs, lots of flexibility with outputs, the FX, and being able to kind of mix all of this stuff together has been really handy. All right. Current state of Vimeo, man, it's sad, I think. Oops. When it comes to just non-on-demand stuff, I haven't put a video on Vimeo in a long time since I did that video saying goodbye. So that's too bad. I hope they come back with a force. Yes, that is the Michael Schmidt. This man is a great person to follow on Twitter. Have you been making videos, Michael, recently? I should check in on that. But yeah, that's the name. I just chatted it of the 4K capture device that I'm using. Works really well. So that's been working pretty much flawlessly so far. Best value per dollar 4K camera in my opinion. Pretty much the G7. It's as low cost as you can go, getting a solid 4K. But are you guys interested at all in like 1-inch sensor cameras? Because there's some pretty awesome stuff coming out just this week or last week. So 1-inch sensor is, I don't know, a little larger than half of what Micro Four Thirds is. So it's a small sensor, but there's some really solid cameras coming out that I'm excited about. Panasonic has some, Sony and Canon just released some. So yeah. Does the custom external battery you made for the A6300 work for the A6500 as well? Yes, it does. Pretty much any, and this is what I love, at least most cameras are like this, any power source between 7.2 volts and 8.4 volts will work with almost all the cameras that we're interested in. So you could, you know, build something or just buy a Sony MPF battery plate, plug that into Panasonic, Canon, Nikon, I think maybe not Nikon, and Sony. So that's nice. Yeah, so the 1-inch sensor cameras are a little expensive, but I love the idea of like kind of an all-in-one, and especially the new ones that they're coming out with. Pixel 5 is saying it's expensive is the price, but those cameras are going to be really solid. Great run and gun audio. All-in-one battery life, and the autofocus. All those cameras are starting to get those new dual pixel and Sony stuff. Sony's new RX0 action camera uses, yeah, it's a 1-inch sensor, so that's nice and juicy, nice and big. Rode Video Micro run and gun, is that a good run and gun mic from Caleb Smith? So here's the deal. I've done a lot of Rode videos. I am finding that there are only 2 Rode video mics that you should buy. The rest shouldn't, I don't think they should be selling them anymore. Number 1 is the Rode Video Micro. That I think is the best microphone they sell in the video mic lineup. $60, sounds amazing, self-powered. It's just awesome. I love that microphone. I use it all the time. The Rode Video Mic Pro, I'm finding, isn't my favorite sounding microphone, but it has a lot of great features. Check out the Asden SMX15. I did a review on it. I love that. That sounds great. It's more affordable, has some cool features that the Rode Video Mic Pro doesn't have. And then there's the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, which is also, you know, amazing features. So those are the ones I would focus on. But don't buy the Go. The Go is a more expensive, not as good sounding you know, microphone. So hey, we got another donation from Noir as well, $2. Thank you, sir. He said he meant the Aperture 300. So sorry, I misread that. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that light. So the Aperture 300D is going to be a 300 watt light. I played with it at NAB, and I'm really, really excited to play with that. My goal is, you know, I'm not going to just put it in front of me as a key light. I want to do something crazy, maybe bounce it off of an 8x8, or the beauty with that light is you could have a super wide shot, have a massive silk and shoot that light through it and still have the light look like it was, you know, right here. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and can't wait to check that out. Okay. Sweet. So, any other questions? We've got a couple minutes yet. Video might go for $50 worth it. Video might go if you can get it cheaper. Yeah, I think that's worth it. I like the size of the micro better, and there's not that much difference. And check this out. If you go to Rode's website, check the specs of each of the microphones. You'll see that the micro is more sensitive than the Go, or it has a lower noise floor or something. So you can actually look at all the specs and compare notes on those microphones. Okay, let's see. Should I buy the A6300 now? Yeah, I think, well, depends, obviously. I think everyone's all hot buzzed about the whole A6500. The A6300 still has its place if overheating is going to be an issue. That's the primary thing. The only things you're gaining with the A6500 is it's a little more beefed up. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure I'm going to forget something. It has the stabilization built in, better on the low heat issue, so it's not going to overheat as much. And then there's some other things in there as well. So the A6300 is still a solid option unless you're going to be sitting there recording for 30 minutes in Texas. Yeah, if you're just shooting little clips here and there, B-roll, that's a solid camera. Do I like the Fuji X-T2? I really want to check one out. I've been saying that for a while. I'm totally wanting to try Fuji cameras. I just need to find the time. But everyone that's played with one that's a video person that's talked to me about it loves it. Okay. Let's see. What headphones am I using or recommend for monitoring? I'm using the Sinal. Can't really remember the model number. They're like $70, I think, or $50, I think. I like them because I think it's a B&H brand, actually. They're monitor headphones, so I don't have to worry about them being super colored. They have a super long coiled cable and then a short one. So yeah, that means a lot. And donation from Kenneth, without a question. Thank you for the $10. Hit me with a question if you got one. I'd love to appreciate that, though. That means a lot. Right. What's my opinion on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema? I'm coming around to liking that camera more. I did a review a long time ago when it first came out, and I didn't really praise it much. But it has RAW, so really it comes down to the RAW. If you want the cheapest, one of the cheaper RAW cameras, then that's a great one to go for. Yeah. Should I get gray, black, or white backgrounds for my videos? From Goran. I would go with white unless you don't have a lot of space. So this one right behind me, what you see on the camera here is pretty much exactly what it looks like in real life because it's right behind me. It's only 2 feet behind me or something like that. But if it's going to be all the way on the other end of the wall, it's going to look black. So I recommend going with white because you can make it look gray, or you can make it look white. And if you're super far away, you can make it look almost black. So I would start with white, then maybe a dark gray that you can use as black. Just depends on your needs. If you want it to look gray, but it's white and it's right behind you, that's going to be a problem, though. Yeah, and if you watch any of my videos, the background behind me is pure white. But because I'm further away from it and not lighting it super bright, it appears gray. Kenneth. Okay. From Kenneth, yes. How can I cut my video file into smaller pieces so I don't have to store more data than I need without processing it? So essentially, keeping as much data as possible without. So here's the deal: when you import all your stuff, you're going to create all these renders, all these transcodes. You can delete all that stuff and keep it. Just you'd never get rid of what you originally imported. That's one way. There's other software out there that I'm trying to remember what it's called, but there's a method where when you're done with an edit, you can not parse. Help me out, guys. Here, I can't remember what it's called, but essentially, your editor will go through and save just the parts of each clip that you used and get rid of everything else. So if you had 100 gigs of footage that you filmed, but you only used 15 of it, it'll get rid of that excess. I cannot remember what it's called, but if you shoot me an email or a private message, I'll try to look that up for you. All right, folks, I think I am going to bounce. Thank you for joining me. Let's figure out some topics for next Wednesday's stream. Maybe I'll get the studio cleaned up and we can do a live tour. But I'd love to hear what you guys would like to see more of with these streams, what you'd like to hear talked about, and just maybe we'll come up with some topics for discussion. I think that would be a lot of fun. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week and weekend. I will see you tomorrow in another video and the following Tuesday. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Catch you later.